Good afternoon and welcome to the North Gym at the Highlander Activities Center. We have got junior high basketball coming up tonight here on the Highlander Activity Network. It is the Valley City Highlanders taking on the Carrington Cardinals. And good afternoon, everybody. Paul McDonald with you here this afternoon from the North Gym, along with our cameraman, Jane Johnson, and just a little different way we're going to be doing things here tonight in this one. And we're going to have 3 quarters of 6 minutes each here in our first game. Then we're going to take about a 5 to 10 minute break, which would be considered maybe like a halftime. And then our second game will again be 3 6-minute quarters as the Cardinals coming, just 4 7th graders that'll be here for the Cardinals. Harper Coleman, Sophie Spitzer, Kaylee Hewitt, and Berkeley Thompson, the 4 that are in the starting lineup here on the 7th grade side. And for the Highlanders, Katie Burchell, Tessa Anderson, Nora Peterson, Alyssa Wilmus, and Brooklyn Boats will be the starting 5 here for Valley City. They will be in their home whites with the dark blue numerals. And on the other side for the Cardinals, they'll be in their cardinal red tops and bottoms, the white numerals Carrington written across the front. Again, 3 quarters, 6 minutes each. And then straight through. Then they're going to take what would be considered like a halftime. Then we'll start fresh. And we will not be shutting off the stream. We'll have 6 straight quarters of basketball here this afternoon from the North Gym. So stick around. We'll have basketball for the next about hour and a half. We'll have junior high hoops here on the Highlander Activity Network. And while we have an opportunity, reminder, we've got wrestling coming up tomorrow as the Valley City Highlanders open up the 2021-2022 wrestling season against Fargo Davies at the Hack. And that'll be 6 o'clock with the exhibition matches, and then the varsity matches, actually about 6:30 with the exhibition matches. And then 7 o'clock we'll have varsity matches, and that is wrestling coming up tomorrow night. We're going to have a little bit of a holiday hiatus beginning on Wednesday. We are set to go. Katie Burchell will be jumping center along with Spitzer for the Cardinals, and Cameron Berg has it. And Valley City starting on offense. Pass here to the near side. Anderson goes down low. Burchell high off the glass. Bounces off. No. Gets her own rebound. Burchell kicks it to Anderson. Now to Berg. Berg on the right elbow. Starts her dribble knee high. Back up top. The key to Zahn. Zahn stops to the left elbow. Inside. There's Boats off the glass. And 2. Brooklyn Boats with a bucket. And the Highlanders take an early 2-0 lead off the pass from Zahn. Half minute gone here in the opening quarter. Here along the near side is Coleman. Left-hand Coleman. Wanted to go baseline. Does. And she's double-teamed there on the baseline between Burchell and Boats. Gets it back off. Here's a jumper off the mark. Taken there by Thompson. And then rebound control by Coleman. Coleman here for the Cardinals. Back on the baseline. Try to kick it out. Ball knocked away. Loose ball on the floor. Cardinals still maintain possession. Here along the near side is Thompson. Thompson up top of the key. We're dribbling to her right, all the way to that right corner. Watched her by Burchell, wants the baseline. Burchell cuts her off there. Burchell trying to use that baseline as a helping defender. Now they kick it back out to Spitzer. Spitzer goes back down low to Thompson. Thompson onto the wing. Back up top of the key, Lindbergh. Lindbergh here along the near side. Dribble drive by Jess. Jess then turns, gets her pass down low. Shot up, rolls off front iron, doesn't go for Coleman. Rebound Burchell. Burchell ahead of the pack. Packs over to Berg. Berg off the glass for 2. Cameron Berg with a bucket off the Burchell assist. And the Highlanders take a 4-0 lead. A minute and a half gone here in the opening quarter. In the front court, right-hand hip-high dribble. Coleman had the ball stripped, stolen. Zahn with the steal for the Highlanders. Has Berg streaking to the basket. Baseline pass up and off the glass for 2. Cameron Berg with 4. Zahn with her second assist here in the first quarter. And the Highlanders off to a 6-0 start with 4:10 to go here in the opening quarter. Pass along that far corner is Coleman. Coleman circles around to the free throw line. The lefty from 15 rolls and goes. Harper Coleman with the bucket. 6-2. Highlanders by 4. Berg across the timeline for Valley City. Goes up top of the key to Zahn. Zahn bounce pass down low, intended for both. Ball knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Lindbergh. Lindbergh back to the way. Lindbergh driving to the lane, dribbling off her foot. Loose ball is on the floor. Grabbed there by Holman, then lost it. Burchell takes it away. Here comes Katie Burchell back to the way for the Highlanders. High dribble, layup up and in. Burchell with the steal and the bucket. 8-2 Valley City. 3:35 here in the first quarter. Again, 3 6-minute quarters, and then we'll have our second game. Ball tipped by Zahn into that far corner. And controlling it is Thompson, but tipped out of bounds. And the turnover will give it over to Valley City. 3:24 to go here in quarter number 1. 8-2 Highlanders. Wilmus will check into the lineup for Valley City. Rylan Johnson also coming in, and Nora Peterson checking in for the Highliners. Wilmus bounce pass down low. Burchell off the glass for 2. Katie Burchell with 4 off the Wilmus assist. And the Highliners leading at 10-2. 3:10 to go here in quarter number 1. In the front court, Holman off the Lindbergh. Lindbergh pass stolen. Off the steal is Peterson. Nora Peterson going all the way. High off the glass too hard. Rylan Johnson clears out the board, and we have a jump ball. And possession arrow will give it to Carrington. Will Hart now will check in the lineup, and Burchell will sit down for Valley City. 2:59 to go here in the first quarter. 10-2. Highlanders up by 8. And the Cardinals of Carrington with the basketball. Coming across the timeline, left-hand hip high dribble. Coleman gets it inside to Lindbergh. Lindbergh trying to pass down low. Ball knocked away. It's on the floor. Lindbergh from her backside kicks it back up top to Thompson. Thompson gives it off to Coleman. Coleman left of the lane. Pass inside. Stolen away or knocked away by Berg. Lindbergh picks it off. Gets it back over to Spitzer. Spitzer wanted the baseline. Caught up there by Johnson. And Spitzer back up high on the wing. Kept from going over the line by Coleman. Coleman here left of the lane for Carrington. 2:25 to go. Now Lindbergh will bring it all the way out to the center circle. Right-hand dribble. No, their pass, and that went off her foot. Rolls into the backcourt. Loose ball picked up by Berg. Cameron Berg ahead. Layup, nope. Comes up a little bit short. Rebound, Wilmus up and in. Alyssa Wilmus with the bucket. Highlanders up 12-2 with 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Coleman now into the front court for Carrington. On that far wing, crossover dribble at the free throw line, tied up. Try to kick it out far side. It's going to go out of bounds. Couldn't catch up to it, and we have a turnover. We'll bring the ball back over to the Highlanders. Georgia Zahn will check back in. Berg will sit down. And Bailey Ness checking in here for Carrington. 1:53 remaining here in the first. High dribble by Wilmus, no call. Top of the key, gets it off to Zahn. Zahn, between the circles, left-hand dribble left of the lane. Goes down low, Wilhart. I would miss everything. Back into the rebound, taken down by Zahn. Hustling after, top of the key. Zahn, pass here to the near side to Peterson. Nora Peterson here on the right wing. Gives it back up top to Zahn. Dribbles through a double team. Ball knocked away. Lindbergh comes up with a steal for Carrington. 1:29 to go here in the first quarter. 12-2. Advantage to Valley City. Junior high basketball here on the Highlander Activity Network from the North Gym at the Hack. Coleman just off the right elbow. Gives it back up top of the key to Spitzer. Right of the lane, picked up the dribble. Up top the Ness. Ness gets it back off to Coleman. Coleman left of the lane. Dribbles in, picks up the dribble, double team. Now she's going to have a couple of Highlanders around her. Pass down low. Ness shot up. It's off the front of the rim. The rebound, Peterson had it. Lindbergh grabs it off for Carrington and then throws it right in the hands of Zahn. Georgia Zahn for the Highlanders. Crossover dribble, back to the way, up off the glass too hard. And rolls off. Rebound controlled by Jess. Jess the other way for Carrington. Stops, puts a shot up, hits off the side of the rim. Hart will clear it off, and here comes Valley City. Hart across the timeline, dribbles it off her knee, gains it again and lost it briefly. Peterson grabbed it right before it crossed the line. Out on the far side is Zahn. 30 seconds to go. Pass in the lane, stolen by Coleman for the Carrington Cardinals. Coleman back to the way. Coleman left of the lane, picked up the dribble. Gets it off the Ness. Ness in the lane. Her shot up off the back iron too hard. Rebound. Zahn can't keep it in. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Carrington ball. 22 seconds to go here in the quarter. That'll bring Laura Hendrickson into the lineup for the Cardinals. Jaden Lura and Lauren Hendrickson. And it will be Hendrickson will trigger the inbounds. Lobbing it in, grab, shot goes up too hard by Newman. And the rebound is controlled by Carrington. Spitzer, right of the lane, circles all the way around. Double team there with Boats and Johnson. Johnson hit the deck hard, gets back up. Pass off to Hendrickson, to over to Ness. Her long jumper from the left elbow doesn't go. Will Hart clears off the rebound for Valley City. Now here comes Wilmus, pass down low. Boats at the horn, a little too hard off the back iron. And that is the way our first quarter comes to a close. And your score at the end of one quarter of action. It is Valley City 12, Carrington 2. We'll take a break. We're back with quarter number 2. This is junior high basketball on the Highline Activity Network. back here at the North Gym at the Highlander Activities Center. Junior high basketball tonight on the Highlander Activity Network. 12-2 advantage to Valley City. Cameron Berg and Katie Burchell each with 4 points for the Highlanders in that first quarter. Alyssa Wilmus and Brooklyn Boats each had 2. And Harper Coleman had the lone bucket for Carrington. Carrington will have the ball to start things here in quarter number 2. Cardinals making the a little over hour trip here to Valley City tonight, maybe hour and 15. Here along the near side, Ness goes up top of the key, now circles up right of the lane, free throw line extended, goes back up top to Spitzer. Spitzer back to the basket, circles around Berg, double team there, turnaround shot, high off the glass, a little too hard. The rebound is taken down by Hendrickson, stumbles and travel. Grabbed it, stumbled a little bit, traveled the basketball. Turnover gives it back over to Valley City. 24 seconds gone here in quarter number 2, 12-2 Highlanders. Almost into the front court for Valley City. Left-hand hip high dribble, top of the key. Bounce pass inside to Anderson. Kicks it out the Boats from 15. Jumper. Shoots everything. Burchell on the backside. Grabs the rebound. Gives it off to Berg. And Berg tried to get it off to Wilmus. Knocked out of bounds by Hendrickson. It'll stay with Valley City. Wilmus will trigger the inbounds. Baseline right for the Highlanders. Bounce pass. Nice into Burchell. Left hand off the glass for 2. Katie Burchell with 6. Nice pass there by Wilmus off the inbounds. 14-2 Valley City. Spitzer here in the left wing, right on the arc for the Cardinals. Dribbles left hand, left of the lane. Picks up the dribble, guarded there by Boats. Goes back up top of the key. Moving in with Newman. Now circles back up top. Newman to the free throw line. Picks up the dribble, bounce past to Spitzer. Spitzer again to the free throw line, guarded there by Boats. Took it away by Cameron Berg off the steal for Valley City. Into the front court. Berg picks up the dribble, near side Boats. Boats dribbles to the free throw line, gives it back up top. Berg, down low, Burchell, turns. Quick catch and release by Katie Burchell. She's got 4 in the quarter, 8 for the game. 16-2 Valley City, 4.5 to go in the second quarter. On the far wing, Ness gives it off to Hendrickson. Stripped from behind, and a foul going to be actually called. I think they're going to call a foul Wilmus. And Alyssa will pick up her first team. Oh, what? Who'd they give it to? Oh, it looked like Wilmus that reached in. Free throw up a little bit too hard there by Hendrickson. Or Hendrickson looking for her first points. Free throw up by the right-hander, good. Hendrickson gets 1 out of 2. 16-3 Valley City, 4:22 remaining in this second quarter. Wilmus into the front court, left-hand dribble, bounce pass down low, Burchell, dribbles baseline right, lots it, get off the Berg. Berg inside the arc right side, circles back around, right of the lane. She picks up the dribble, hands it off to Wilmus. Wilmus goes back down low to Burchell, a little bit behind her, loose ball picked up by Hendrickson. Hendrickson's got Newman out in front, passes over to Newman. Newman shot high off the glass too hard, and the rebound grabbed by Hendrickson, try to kick it back out to Newman. Loose ball picked up by Carrington by Laura. Laura now here to the near side. Laura goes free throw line extended right side to Newman. Newman gets it back off to Coleman. Coleman top of the key, left-hand dribble. Now dribbles inside the arc here on the left wing. Stops, pass inside, now knocked away by Burchell. Now Burchell tried to tie her up, does, whistle, and the jump ball. We'll give it over to the Highlanders. So Carrington started the half, so it'll be Highlander basketball. Hart will check in, Peterson checking in, Johnson checking in. Highlanders up 16-3, 3:37 remaining here in quarter number 2. Berg, top of the key, right-hand dribble, over to Peterson. Peterson from 18, long jumper, high out the glass for 2. Nora Peterson with a bucket. 18-3, her first 2. Highlanders by 15. That is their biggest lead of the afternoon. Pass in the lane, Johnson comes up with a steal. We're going to have a jump ball, possession arrow, we'll give it to Carrington. So Carrington will have it on the alternate possession. Lindbergh, Jess, and Reese Schaefer now in for Carrington. 3:18 left to go here in the second quarter. Again, playing 6-minute quarters before we have a halftime. There's a steal on the inbound by Burchell. Katie Burchell, one too many steps, nothing called. Pass over to Berg, high off the glass, rolls and goes. Cameron Berg now has 6. Off the Burchell dish, 20-3. Highliners by 17 along the near side. Jess gets it down low. Lindbergh off the glass a little too hard. Rebound grabbed off there by Coleman. Gets it back up. High jumper back iron too hard there by Thompson. Rebound again controlled by the Cardinals. Coleman try to go inside, and we're going to have a tie-up. Possession arrow. We'll give it over to Valley City. Highliner basketball with 2:47 to go. No, it should actually be Valley City ball, but they're going to say it is Carrington. So, okay. So the inbounds on the baseline for the Cardinals by Schaefer. Brings it in. Quick shot by Coleman. Partially blocked there by Berg. Birchall clears off the rebound for Valley City. Gets it off the Berg. Berg will now bring it across the timeline. Right-hand hip-high dribble for the Highliners. Over to Peterson. Or Peterson left wing past the arc. That one knocked away by Coleman. Coming up with the steal for the Cardinals. Coleman outlets it to Thompson into the front court. Back to Coleman. Three-pointer from the left wing. Hits off the front rim. Got a little bit short. So the Cardinals control the rebound. Coleman again, right in the lane. Picked up the dribble. Watched there by Johnson. She'll get it off to Lindbergh. Lindbergh lobbing it down low, right in front there. Berg with the steal. Cameron Berg with the steal for the Highliners. Back to the way. Pass down too high for Peterson. Into the hands of Coleman. Cardinals back to the way with a 3-on-2. Here comes Coleman all the way down. A little contact. Shot doesn't go. And a foul called on Valley City. That will bring Berg to the bench. Wilmus will step in. Birchall picking up the foul, her first. So, Coleman to the free throw line. Will shoot 2. First one with the lefty. Good. She's got 3. 20-4 Highlanders. In comes Tessa Anderson, and also checking back in is the Brooklyn Boats. Her mom just walked in. That's why I said her mom's name. Free throw, the lefty, is up and back iron a little too hard. The rebound control by Johnson. Outlet it too far for Wilmus, and we're going to have a whistle. I think because the press. Because you can't press. You got to get back on defense. And so the ball goes over to the Highliners. Wilmus will bring the ball into the front court. Left-hand hit by dribble. 1:55 to go, second quarter. Highlanders up 20-4. Wilmus just off the left elbow. Shot back iron too hard. Oates had the rebound, just kind of rolls off the top of her hand. And the loose ball picked up there by the Cardinals. Lindbergh back into the front court. Pass over, off to Spitzer, off the glass for 2. Sophie Spitzer with a bucket. Her first 2. 20-6. Highliners by 14. And now the Highlanders will bring it up. Wilmus running the point. Comes across the timeline. Top of the key. Dribbles to the right wing. Right of the lane. Circles all the way around. Goes to the baseline. Baseline pass off to Johnson. Over to Anderson. That shot was blocked by Coleman. And the loose ball picked up by Lindbergh. Back to the way for Carrington. 1:10 to go. Oh boy, she brings that foot down to travel. She doesn't. Got it ahead to Spitzer. Spitzer, right of the lane, top of the key. Coleman lining up the three-pointer. Takes it and knocks it down. Three-pointer by Harper Coleman. She's got 4 in the quarter, 6 for the game. That should be a three-pointer. Should be 20-9. 50 seconds to go. They got it on the scoreboard. And there's a foul going to be called on Carrington. Thompson's going to pick up her first here. Inbounds here in the near sideline for Valley City. 51 seconds to go. It'll bring Newman back in the lineup. Kelsey Newman comes back in for Carrington. Anderson will trigger the inbounds here at the near sideline. Brings it into Wilmus, and then she dribbles it off off her hand and out of bounds. Turnover, we'll give it over to Carrington. 51 seconds to go. A little 6-0 run here by the Cardinals. Cut the lead down to 11, 20-9. Final minute of the second quarter. Again, we'll play 3, then we'll have our break and start up our second game. And there's a double dribble called against Spitzer. So the turnover gives it back over to Valley City. 43 seconds remaining here in this first half, second quarter. Wilmus now will bring the ball across the timeline for the Highliners. Right-hand hip-high dribble. Hart top of the key. Gives it back out to Wilmus. Wilmus down low for Boats. Double team. Kicks it over to Anderson. Anderson shot blocked by Coleman. Loose ball picked up by Johnson. And then Wilmus has it off the outlet. And there's one knocked away. The ball knocked away into the backcourt. Picked up. Well, Hart has it. Gets it over Wilmus. Wilmus right of the lane. Want to go down low for Anderson. Knocked away. Out of bounds. It'll stay Highlander ball. 18 seconds to go here in the quarter. Highlanders up 20-9. Tess Anderson will trigger the inbounds on the baseline. Anderson holding it, lobbed it in, tended for Johnson, knocked away by Coleman, rolled off the foot of think of Wilmus, and out of bounds. It'll go over to Carrington. 15 seconds left to go in this second quarter. Highlanders up by 11. Onto the front court. Crossover dribble, driving through and left of the lane, picking up the dribble. Coleman gets it off to Spitzer. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 in the lane. Spitzer over to Coleman. Coleman going for the shot off, and that'll do it for quarter number 2. So your score at the end of 2 quarters of play is Valley City 20 and Carrington 9. We'll be back with our third quarter. You are listening to Highlander basketball, junior high basketball on the Highlander Activity Network. As we get ready for our third 6-minute period here in our first game. Again, both teams mixing 7th and 8th graders. Highlanders leading 20-9. Katie Birchall with 8, Cameron Berg 6. Nora Peterson, Alyssa Wilmus, and Brooklyn Boats all have 2. For Carrington, Harper Coleman has 6. 2 points from Sophie Spitzer, and Lauren Hendrickson has the free throw. Highlanders will have the ball to start things here in this third quarter. Peterson inside, pass to Birchall off the glass for 2. Katie Birchall in double figures with 10. That stopped the 6-0 run by Carrington. Coleman on the far side. Thompson launches a long 19-footer and comes rims out. And Anderson grabbed the rebound for the Highlanders. Wilmus down court, pass to Birchall. Birchall in the lane, picked up the dribble, back over to Wilmus, rolls off, can't get it to fall. Birchall grabs the rebound, 1 dribble, back to Wilmus, she'll take the short jumper, that goes off the back iron, and Coleman clears it off for Carrington. Back the other way for the Cardinals, trailing by Baker's dozen. Pass inside, down low Newman nearly traveled, shot up, no, Birchall clears off the rebound. Birchall starts up the floor. Here comes Katie Birchall for the Highlanders. Left hand high, rolls, bounces, no. And the rebound is controlled back by Birchall. She'll circle the wagons, go up top of the keys on resets. Now to Wilmus. Wilmus starting in, kicks it over. Peterson, 19-footer, hot back on the back iron. Birchall just kind of throws it up, hoping to get a call. Nothing there. Here comes Coleman in the front court for Carrington. Coleman stops off the glass, too hard. Rebound on the floor. Zahn will control for Valley City. 4:45 to go here in this third quarter. Highlanders up 22-9. Wilmus on the right elbow, top of the key to Zahn, left of the lane, lost it, knocked away from behind. Coleman picks up the loose ball. Coleman gets it up ahead. Into the front court, Thompson. Thompson turns and tries to kick it out and throws it right in the hands of Peterson. Nora Peterson stops, shot just right on the 3-point arc. Can't get it to go. Zahn gets the rebound. Zahn circles back around. Goes back up top to Wilmus. Wilmus top of the key, past the 3-point line, now off the elbow, goes down low. Anderson off the glass, no. Rebound tipped in the hands of Coleman. Coleman back to the wave for Carrington. Here comes Coleman all the way down, draws contact, partially blocked by Zahn, and Peterson gets the rebound for Valley City. Now back off to Wilmus, and she's going to slow things down. That to from head coach Glant, tells her to slow down. Nice cutting through, over to Zahn. Her jumper rolls back iron. Birchall rebound hits the deck hard, can't go. Wilmus off the rebound, her shot comes up short, and we're going to get a jump ball, and possession arrow will give it over to Carrington. So Carrington on the alternate possession will inbound it. Hendrickson comes back in the lineup along with Lindbergh, and Boats back in the lineup here for Valley City. Spitzer, pass a little bit too high for Coleman, throws it out of bounds, and the turnover gives it right back over to Valley City. 3:40 remaining here in the third quarter. 22-9 advantage to the Highliners. Now Wilmus up top, picks up the dribble, goes down low, shot taken, Peterson good. Nora Peterson with 4. Highlanders up 24-9. 3:24 to go, third quarter. On the elbow, right side, Lindbergh. Turns, dumps it off to Hendrickson. Wanted baseline, Zahn cuts her off. Hendrickson back to the basket in the low post. Gets it back off to Lindbergh. Lindbergh goes up top of the key. Ness with a long jumper. And that missed everything. Goes out of bounds. And the turnover will give it back over to Carrington, to Valley City. Wilhart will check in. Peterson will sit down. 3:08 left to go here in quarter number 3. Valley City up 24-9. Wilmus now will come across here for the Highliners. Works up top of the key. Pass over to Wilhart. Knocked away, picked up though by Johnson. Johnson over to Boats, and her shot off the glass for 2. Brooklyn Boats has got 4. Highliners up 26-9. Now Hendrickson will bring the ball right across the center circle for Carrington. Pass tipped by Zahn. Lindbergh will control, has here to the near side. Gives it back off to Hendrickson. Hendrickson circling around Zahn. Layup good. Lauren Hendrickson has 3. 26-11. 2.5 minutes to go. Boats pass inside. Johnson over to Zahn. Good ball movement there. And it'll be Zahn getting the bucket. Off the 2 nice passes. One from Johnson, one from Boats. 2:20 remaining. 28-11. Highliners lead by 17. Now Ness goes down low to Hendrickson. Ball knocked away out of bounds. Last touch by the Highliners. So Carrington will trigger the inbounds. Not before Tessa Anderson will check in. And also back in for Carrington, Jaden Lura. Hendrickson will trigger the inbounds. Here for the Cardinals. Brings it into Ness. Ness all the way up top. Now off the right elbow. Gives it here left in the lane, Lindbergh. Looking down low, it's not there. Crossover dribble, trying to go through a double team. Shot to her off the glass. Gets her own rebound. Gives it back out to Ness. Her jumper bounces off and rolls, nothing there. And then the rebound is controlled by Laura here for Carrington. Inside 2 minutes to go. Pass inside to Lindbergh. Lindbergh turns, trying to dump it off. Ball knocked away. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Carrington off the shot from Schaefer. So the Highliners will get the ball back. Not before Katie Birchall will check in. And Zahn will sit down. 1:50 to go here in the third quarter. 28-11. Valley City leading by 17. Into the front court. Wilmos comes across. Gives it off to Birchall. Birchall in the lane. Boats turnaround shot. Comes up short. And then had her own rebound. And then right in front of her, Ness comes off with it. Ness starts up the floor. Pass up ahead. High off the glass. Schaefer good. Reese Schaefer with her first 2. 28-13. 15-point lead for Valley City. Cutting through. Nice pass. Birchall gets it over. Wilhart off the glass. Out the back iron. Can't get it to fall. We're going to get a jump ball. And possession. I'll give it to Carrington. It was not a jump ball. Carrington basketball. Into the front court. Hendrickson off the Ness. 1:12 remaining here in this third quarter, final quarter of this matchup. We'll have a little bit of a break. Taken there and off the glass. High off the glass. And good by Bailey Ness. That is her first 2. 28-15. Valley City by Baker's dozen. 55 seconds to go. Boats on the right wing. Inside the arc. Bounce pass to Wilhart. Wilhart looking in for Birchall. Goes down low to Birchall. Backing her way in. Birchall needing some help. Double team there. Birchall shot up. Comes up short. The rebound, Lindbergh had it. And then control by Hendrickson. Hendrickson back the other way for Carrington. Final half minute here in the third quarter. Hendrickson on the far side. Dribble drive. Schaefer. Back to Hendrickson. Left alone. Layup. Good. Lauren Hendrickson with 5. 28-17. On the front court, Wilmus, left-hand dribble, 20 seconds to go, third quarter. Gets it off the Boats again. Boats here in the right wing, pass the arc. Goes down low, shot up by Anderson. Off the back iron, too hot. The rebound, Birchall had it, controls it, kicks it over to Wilmus. Wilmus brings it back up top, 8 seconds to go. Pass in the lane, stolen Hendrickson. Hendrickson for Carrington, back the other way. Stopped, everybody goes by her, gets it off to Schaefer for 2, and that'll do it. So your final in this one, it is Valley City 28 and Carrington 19. We'll take a quick break, come back and recap the scoring in this first matchup. It'll be about a 10-minute break, then we'll have our second one. We're back with more junior high basketball from the North Gym on the Highlander Activity Network. 5 minutes, perfect. And our first of two in the books here. And again, Valley City winning at 28-19. They led 12-2 after the first quarter, 20-9 after the second quarter, and winning at 20-19. Take a look at the scoring for Carrington. They were led by Harper Coleman. She had 6 points, 5 from Lauren Hendrickson. Reese Schaefer had 4. Sophie Spitzer had 2, and Bailey Ness had 2. And for Valley City, Katie Birchall leading the way with 10. Cameron Berg had 6. Nora Peterson had 4. Brooklyn Boats had 4. Alyssa Wilmus had 2. And Georgia Zahn had 2 for Valley City. So now what they'll do, they're going to have 3 6-minute quarters coming up here. As now the 8th graders, again, both teams kind of mixing 7th and 8th graders here this afternoon. And so we will have our second game. Again, a reminder, we've got wrestling coming up tomorrow here on the Highlander Activity Network as the exhibition matches begin at 6:30. And then the varsity around 7 as Valley City opens up the 2021-2022 campaign against Fargo Davies. And again, we will not have a coach's corner here on Wednesday and take a holiday break. And then we'll have more Highlander sports coming up after the break here next week. And when we start into the first week in December, we will start having a varsity basketball to go along with the junior high basketball and, of course, the wrestling. And we can also look forward to, after the first of the year, we'll have express wrestling and maybe even get in some Viper hockey here on the Highlander Activity Network. We are between games. Valley City taking the first by a final of 28-19. And we've got a second game coming up here. It is the Highlanders and Carrington coming up with game number 2 on the Highlander Activity Network. We're back with more after this. Bob McDonald back with you here on the North Gym at the Hack. We've got more basketball coming your way. Jim Johnson, our cameraman, here on the Highlander Activity Network this afternoon. Game 1 went to the Highlanders, 28-19. And now game Suffolk, Kinley Suffolk, Dakota Potretz, Kaylee Nielsen, Madison Anderson for Valley City, and Lauren Larson will be in that starting group. And the tip comes down. It's controlled by Suffolk for Valley City. So the Highlanders have it first. Suffolk on the baseline. Shot doesn't go. A rebound. Lauren Larson high and down. Lauren Larson grabs the rebound and puts it back in. 2-0 Valley City as we get things started here in game 2. Pass here along the near side is Schaefer. Reese Schaefer up top. Up to Bailey Ness. Ness shot comes up a little bit short. Nielsen clears out the rebound. Back to the way for Valley City. Into the front court. Pass here to the near side. Suffolk baseline right. Shot comes up short. Ball knocked out of bounds. And it will be Carrington basketball. Rowan Jeff, or the starters for the Carrington. Rowan Jess, Jaden Lurin, Lauren Hendrickson, Reese Schaefer, Bailey Ness. Loose ball's on the floor, picked up here by the Cardinals. Schaefer back here to the near side. Left-hand dribble on the baseline. Newman cut off there. Goes back up top of the key to Schaefer. Schaefer right of the lane. Up top, Ness. Ness wanted the right side. Cut out there by Anderson. Loose ball is picked up, and the Highlanders with it. Matty Anderson into the front court. Right-hand dribble inside the arc. Gets it off Suffolk. 15-footer. Back iron too hard. Rebound controlled by Luren. Back the other way, Hendrickson for the Cardinals. Goes through the lane. Ball knocked around. And finally, loose ball is picked up there. Ooh, could have been a travel. No call. Picked up by Schaefer. And the ball knocked away from her by Suffolk. She'll pick it up. Kinley Suffolk. Cross-court pass. Anderson. Her shot. Ooh, hit the deck hard. Comes up a little bit too hard off the glass. And then Nielsen saving it in from going over and back. Into the hands, though, of the Cardinals. Minute and a half gone here in this first quarter. 2-0 Valley City. Cross the lane pass, stolen there. Potritz back into the front court. To Suffolk. Thought up the three, doesn't shoot. Lobbing it to down low. I think that a little bit too high. And loose ball goes into the hands of the Cardinals. They come back to the way with Hendrickson. Ball knocked away there by Potritz. Knocks it away again. Hendrickson in the backcourt has it. Pass it right in the hands of Anderson. Matty Anderson with the steal. Circles back around. Anderson over to Nielsen. Goes up top. Suffolk. Try to pass in the lane. Knocked away, but into the hands of Lauren Larson for the putback. Lauren Larson, again, Johnny on the spot, gets her second field goal. She's got 4. 4-0 Valley City with 3:47 remaining here in this first quarter. On the far side, we've got a whistle, jump ball, and possession to Carrington should be since the Highlanders won the tip. So Carrington basketball. On the far sideline. Cardinals trailing 4-0, 3:41 to go first quarter. Inbound stolen right away by Nielsen. Here comes Kaylee Nielsen, a layup high, and ooh, she hits the deck hard. Thank goodness that brick wall is padded, and she will go to the free throw line and get 2. Foul going to be called on Reese Schaefer, her first. So Nielsen at the line, first one up, good. Nothing but net for Kaylee. 5-0 Highlanders. Free throw on the way. Good. 6-0 Valley City. Nielsen knocking down a pair. 6-0 with 3:18 to go here in the first quarter. Here's Hendrickson across the timeline for Carrington. There's the ball stolen. Suffolk off the steal. Kinley going in layup. Good. Foul. Connor should go to the line. And a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play for Kinley Suffolk. And that will bring into the lineup for the Cardinals, Harper Coleman. Suffolk at the line. Again, try to complete the three-point play. Free throw up, nothing but net. First 3 points for Suffolk. Highlanders up 9-0. We approach 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Here's Coleman. She'll take the long jumper off the back iron too hard. A rebound controlled by Anderson for the Highlanders. Back the other way, pass down court into the hands of Potritz. Potritz on the baseline. She's cut out there by Hendrickson. Gets it over to Anderson. She'll take the 16-foot jumper. Hits off the rim. Coleman with the rebound for Carrington. Back to the way. Anderson knocks it away from her and out of bounds. And it will stay Carrington basketball. 2:45 to go here in this first quarter. Highlanders up 9-0. And Hendrickson lobs it in. Quick shot taken. Newman, too hard. Rebound, Nielsen. Up ahead to Suffolk. Suffolk. Pass over to Larson. Her jumper, no. Anderson there for the putback. That hits off the front of the rim and hit from behind. Now back to the way comes Coleman, and Anderson again hustling back. Knocks it away. And it will stay with the Cardinals. 2:33 left to go here in the first quarter. Hendrickson will trigger the inbounds for Carrington. And brings it, misfires. No one there. It's going to go in the backcourt. It's going to be a turnover on the court. Goes out of bounds right in front of their own bench. Someone zigged when they should have zagged. Inbounds will be on the sideline. Right in front of the scorers table. 2:29 to go. Valley City up 9-0 first quarter. Junior high basketball here on the Highland Activity Network. Pass into Potritz. Potritz watched by Coleman. Couple of number threes. Down low to Anderson. Her shot misfires. And the rebound is taken down and controlled by Nielsen for Valley City. Goes back down to Larson. Turner on her shot, no. And on the backside, rebound, Anderson had it. Over to Nielsen. 16-foot jumper. Hits off the front of the rim, off the back. Then Anderson, her offensive putback, no. Rebound against Suffolk. Valley City crashing the boards here into the backcourt off the tip. Nielsen gets it over to Suffolk. And now Kinley up ahead. Potritz, Dakota on the baseline. Turns, faces the basket. Pass into Suffolk, cutting through the lane. The shot missed everything. And the backside rebound again to Nielsen. Nielsen back up top of the key to Potritz. With the air travel there. Now back up top to Suffolk. 1 minute 40 remaining, and we're going to have a foul called there on Carrington. Haley Ness will pick up her first. And we'll bring Spitzer into the lineup and Lindbergh for Carrington. Highlander basketball, 1:41 to go. In the first quarter, leading 9-0. Suffolk will bring the inbounds in. Over to Potratz. Dakota left-hand dribble to that left side. On the wing, pass in the paint. Tended for Nielsen, knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Hendrickson. Hendrickson out for Carrington. Backs her way into the front court. Ball knocked away by Potritz. Knocked away again by Dakota. Goes back into the back court. Carrington coaches wanted a foul. Nothing called. Here near side, Coleman. Coleman just off the left elbow and out of the free throw line. And she is hounded. Lost the dribble. Regains control at half court. Pass through the hands of Hendrickson. Picked up by Nielsen. Up ahead to Potritz. Coming all the way down. Left-hand layup. Good by Dakota Potratz. 11-0 Valley City. A minute to go here in the first quarter. In the front court, Hendrickson. Now to Spitzer. Between the circles, dribbles right wing. And then she lost it. Sophie dribbles it out of bounds. And the ball will go back over to the Highlanders. 53 seconds here in quarter number 1. Valley City up 11-0. Into the front court comes Potritz up top. Suffolk. Suffolk, top of the key, picked up the dribble. Ball knocked away, far side. And the loose ball is controlled by Carrington. 38 seconds to go. Lura gets it out to Henderson. She comes across the timeline. Now pass here along the near side. Spitzer goes up top of the key, off the hand that regains control. Coleman. Coleman backing away in on the elbow. Back up top. Spitzer, jumper from there. Front rim comes off. Rebound controlled by the Cardinals. On the far side, Spitzer. That one blocked by Anderson. Spitzer grabs it back. Starts away in left-hand dribble. Onto the left elbow, Hendrickson. Hendrickson gets it back off to Spitzer. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Spitzer right of the lane. Off to Lindbergh up top of the key. She'll launch a three-pointer from there. That's partially blocked by Larson. Loose ball picked up by Suffolk. Suffolk comes down. Will launch it at the horn off the front of the rim. And that'll do it for quarter number 1. Your score at the end of 1 quarter of play. It is Valley City 11 and Carrington nothing. We'll be back for quarter number 2. This is junior high basketball on the Highland Activity Network. Paul McDonald back with you here at the North Gym, the Highlander Activity Center. Jaden Johnson, our cameraman tonight, or this afternoon. This is our second of 3 quarters here in this 8th grade matchup, in this junior high matchup. Again, some 8th and some 7th graders on both sides. Campbell-Burke comes in out of the timeout as George is on here for Valley City. Here's Hendrickson for the Highlanders. Backs her way in. Shot, no. Rebound. Lauren Larson clears it off for the Highlanders. Off to Nielsen. Up ahead. Rylan Johnson also checked in out of that timeout. And then that ball was knocked off the legs of one of the Cardinals and out of bounds. It will stay Valley City basketball. Zahn will trigger the inbound. Bounce pass in. Nielsen layup. Good. Kaylee Nielsen off the Zahn assist. Gets her first field goal. 4 points. 13-0 Valley City. Clock. Someone needs to start the clock. Clock. Now the clock is going. And the ball knocked away and out of bounds. It will stay with Carrington. Inbounds on the baseline. Hendrickson, or actually Schaefer, ball knocked away. And the loose ball picked up by the Highlanders. Here's Berg back into the front court. Berg all the way down, stop of the key, picked up the dribble. Cameron tried to pass it up, cutting through. Johnson, ball knocked away, and the loose ball picked up by the Cardinals. Schaefer back on, down court, pass over to Ness, knocked out of bounds and off of Ness, and it will stay with the Highlanders. 5:23 to go. Highlanders leading 13-0. Nielsen in the front court, right-hand dribble, bounce pass down low. Lauren Larson shot, bounced off a couple of times off the rim, and the ball rolls up top, picked up by Nielsen. Nielsen, 15-foot runner is good. Kaylee Nielsen now with both field goals and has 6 points. Both field goals in the quarter, 6 points for the game. 15-0 Valley City, 4:55 remaining in this second quarter. Pass went off the arm. They're going to get a whistle here. Jump ball. That went off the shoulder of Laura. In comes Dakota Potritz, checks in. Lindbergh will come in and Rowan Jess for the Cardinals. 4:49 left to go. 15-0 Highlanders. Potritz quickly into the front court. Pass up top the key to Zahn. Zahn right in the lane. Gets it over to Johnson. Back up to Potritz. Right on the three-point line, right wing. Backs up past the arc now. Potritz pass down low. Berg all alone, layup good. Good pass here by Potritz, and Cameron Berg with the field goal. 17-0 Highlanders. 4.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Suffolk will check in. Pass on low for Lindbergh off the glass for two. Ashley Lindbergh with the first points here for Carrington. 4:15 remaining in the second quarter. Larson, far side. Pass in the lane intended for Zahn. Stolen away by Ness. Rowan Jess starts up the floor. Bounce pass to Hendrickson. Left in the lane. Pass into the paint. And the shot up there by Newman is knocked out of bounds. And it will stay Carrington ball. Suffolk in. Larson will sit down. Inbounds on the baseline. Brought in. Quick catch and release by Lindbergh. Too hot. Rebound Berg for Valley City. Berg back to the way. Cameron in the front court. Pass to Zahn. One baseline cut out there by a couple of Cardinals. Back on the wing to Suffolk. Right on the arc. Right side. Suffolk backing away in. Picks up the dribble. Gets it off to Zahn. Zahn top of the key. Over to Potritz. Thinking about the three. Doesn't ship. Dakota. Bounce pass down low. Johnson. Turnaround shot left hand. Too hard. The rebound. Hendrickson has it for Carrington. Hendrickson. Pass down court. Caught there and cross court to Jess. Her shot misfires. And then out of bounds off a couple of the Highlanders. And will stay with Carrington. Reese Schaefer will trigger the inbounds for Carrington. Ball tipped by Berg into that far corner. And it stays in bounds. Picked up. Hendrickson has it. And she dribbled off her foot. And again, the ball loose on the floor. There's a whistle on the jump ball. And it will be Highlander basketball. The Valley City with 3:16 to go in this second quarter. Halfway through the second quarter, we'll play another 6-minute quarter. Pass cutting through. Zahn cutting through. A Potritz pass there. Zahn shot can't fall. Rebound Johnson with the left hand for two. Rylan Johnson with the bucket. Her first points. 19-2 Valley City. Lobbing it inside for Newman. Ball knocked away. Out of bounds. Off of Suffolk. It'll stay with Carrington. Will bring Thompson and Coleman in. Inbounds will be on the baseline. Lindbergh ties the sneakers. And they break off the inbounds. Ball tipped by Berg. Nope. And she called violations. It'll stay with Carrington. Anderson in, Berg out. Inbound on that baseline. There's virtually hardly any room up against the wall. Coleman up top. Ball knocked away by Zahn. Zahn comes up with the steal. Zahn up ahead to Potritz. Here goes Potritz. Layup left hand. Good. Count it. She's fouled. She'll go to the line. Zahn with a nice steal. Gets the assist. And Potritz now with a chance at a three-point play. And the foul going to be called on Lindbergh. Her first. free throw by the lefty. Off the back iron, too hard. Rebound, Anderson up, bounces off, no. And then a long rebound, Johnson has it over to Potritz from 19. Her shot backfired. And then a rebound up and nothing there for Anderson. Highlanders really crashing the offensive board. Now into the front court. Shaper has it for Carrington. Gives it off to Thompson, top of the key. And the ball knocked away again by Zahn. Into the hands of Lindbergh, retrieves it in the backcourt. Pass up ahead, Anderson with the steal, but then brought right back, and Carrington will have it again. Pass it to the front court. Thompson here near side. 2:12 remaining, second quarter. Thompson dribbles all the way around, right inside the arc. Wants that right corner. Turns, faces, dumps it off, and off the hands of Coleman, out of bounds. It'll be Highlander ball. 2:05 to go here in the second quarter. 21-2, Valley City leading by 19. Potritz into the front court, Suffolk. Pass intended for Anderson and into the hands of Coleman off the steal. He'll give it to Shaper. Shaper across the timeline. Picked up the dribble to the far side. Newman comes back the other way. Wants baseline. Suffolk and Lindbergh both hit the deck. Loose ball picked up by Potritz for Valley City. Along that far sideline, here comes Dakota all the way down. Layup good. Dakota Potritz with the steal in the bucket. She's got 6. 23-2. Advantage to Valley City. We got a minute and a half to go here in the second quarter. Loose ball on the far side, picked up. Coleman has it for Carrington. Coleman stops, pops, 16-footer. Off the back iron, rebound. Sufcool has it for the Highlanders. Sufcool, cross-court pass. Ooh, a little bit too far for Zahn and out of bounds. That'll go back over to Carrington with a minute 14 remaining. Highlanders up 23-2. 5 fresh faces coming in here for Carrington. And Spitzer, Jess, Laura, Hendrickson, and Ness all in now for the Cardinals. Trailing 23-2. Back their way in is Hendrickson. Far side to Ness. Ness dribbling onto the baseline. Shot blocked by Zahn. Gets her own rebound. Ness needing some help. Outlets it right into the hands and picked up by Potritz. Also Brooklyn Boats checked in to the game on that last break for Valley City. She's posting up low post for Valley City. Pass down to Anderson. Anderson backs her way in. Shot up. Misfires. And the rebound controlled by Spitzer. Had the inside positioning. And she gets it up ahead to Hendrickson. Hendrickson across the timeline. Pass out from the far side. Quick shot there. Partially blocked. And Boats clears out the rebound for Valley City. She'll get it over to Potratz, who brings it up the floor. Half minute to go. Zahn, baseline left. And uses the wall to try to stay balanced. We're going to say she was pushed out. Hendrickson going to be called for the personal foul there for Carrington. Her first. And the inbounds on the baseline for Valley City. 29 seconds remaining. 23-2, advantage to Valley City. We're in the second quarter. We'll be playing 3. Potritz brings it in. Suffolk off the glass, too hard. Rebound Anderson, back up, and good. Put back by Maddie Anderson. She has her first 2. 25-2, Valley City. Hendrickson across the timeline here for the Cardinals. Where's the ball tip? Stolen by Suffolk. Stolen Suffolk. Then, ooh, look out. Hip check there by Hendrickson. That will be her second foul. And Suffolk will go to the line to shoot 2. Kinley has 3 points, 1 for 1 from the line. Free throw up. No, doesn't get anything. Another one to go. Second free throw on the way. Good. Suffolk gets 1 out of 2. She's got 4 points. 26-2, Valley City. Final 10 seconds of the second quarter. Hendrickson in the front court. On the far side. And the ball stolen by Potritz. Across the timeline. Was she going to shot up? No, not in time. And that'll do it for quarter number 2. Your score at the end of 2 quarters of play. It's Valley City 26 and Carrington 2. We're back with the third quarter. This is junior high basketball from the North Gym at the Hack on the Highland Activity Network. as we got 1 quarter of basketball left to go here. Valley City leading it 26-2. In the first 2 quarters, leading the way, Dakota Potretz with 6. Kaylee Nielsen has 6. Kinley Suffolk with 4. Lauren Larson has 4. Cameron Berg, Rylan Johnson, and Madison Anderson all with 2. And the lone bucket for Carrington, Ashley Lindbergh, has the 2 points. Carrington will have the ball to start things here in this third and final quarter. Into Hendrickson in the lane, shot off the glass, rolls off, can't get it to fall. Rebound controlled by Nielsen. Outlets it, Larson turns to Berg. Berg tried to pass inside, ball knocked away, and then knocked away. We're going to have a foul called on Carrington, I believe. Yep. That'll be on Reese Schaefer, her second. Oh, check that, the other 15. I thought it was on Reese, but it will be Valley City basketball. 5:37 to go. Highlanders leading 26-2. On the baseline, Hendrickson. Henderson gets it up top. Dribble drive by Ness. Lost the handle into the lane. Picked up by Nielsen. Here come the Highlanders back to the way. Going from left to right into the front court. Nielsen stops at the free throw line. Pass here near his side and knocked out of bounds by Schaefer. It'll be, I'm going to say it's, referee said one way, but no, it's Highlander ball. Berg will trigger it in here for Valley City. Cameron Berg brings it into Nielsen. Right wing pass yard. Kaylee off to Wilmus. Wilmus back to Nielsen. Nielsen goes down low. Quick shot, Larson. High up the glass for 2 by Lauren Larson. Larson now has 6. Valley City up 28-2. 5 minutes to go here, final quarter. On the far wing. Circling around is Ness. Ness trying to kick it out. Stolen by Johnson. Whooped up. Oh, boy. Nearly traveled. Got it to Larson. Far side. Ball knocked away. It's on the floor. And we're going to get a foul possibly on Rylan Johnson or just a jump ball. I believe it's going to be a foul on Rylan. That'll be her first. Going after the loose ball. 4:48 remaining. Carrington trailing 22 with the basketball. Henderson comes across the timeline. Here on the near side for the Cardinals, inside the arc left wing. Gets it back out to Schaefer. Schaefer circles right side. Right of the lane, wanted right baseline, knocked away, and went off of Schaefer out of bounds. Well, goes back over to Valley City. Highlander basketball, 28-2, 4.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Ooh, high dribble there by Wilmus, nothing called. Pass to Larson off the glass and bounces too hard. And the rebound is Hendrickson, dribbles it off her foot, out of bounds, and it'll stay with Valley City. Everybody was heading up the floor, and Hendrickson dribbled off her foot. So it'll stay with Valley City. Larson will trigger the inbounds for the Highlanders on the baseline right. Larson, bounce pass in, ball knocked away, out of bounds. And it will stay with the Highlanders. On the baseline here, near side. Bounce pass by Larson to Nielsen. Nielsen dribbles baseline right, picks up the dribble, turns, bounce pass back to Larson on the wing. Larson picked up the dribble, can't do anything. Now pass into the corner to Nielsen. Nielsen, dribble drive, left to the right of the lane, shot up back iron, too hard. Rebound on the floor. And loose ball picked up by Carrington. And the Cardinals back the other way. Lura gets it out to Hendrickson. Hendrickson into the front court. Hendrickson left in the lane, picked up the dribble. Gets it back off, and Newman trying to dribble through a double team, lost the handle. Berg clears it off. Berg into the front court for Valley City. Cameron Berg wanting baseline. Hendrickson watching there. Hendrickson's got a couple of fouls, and then Berg dribbles it, and it was knocked away by Hendrickson. So it will stay with Valley City. 3:43 to go in the quarter. Highlanders up 28-2. Rylan Johnson with the inbounds. Larson, turnaround shot, good. Lauren Larson. She's having a dandy of a game. She's got a team high 8. 30-2, Valley City. 3:35 remaining, third quarter. Schaefer up top of the key for the Cardinals. Pass here near side, Lura. Lura gets it back off to Schaefer. Schaefer dribbles to the free throw line. Now on the right elbow. Pass the elbow to the far side, looking for the corner. Wanted baseline, cut off there by Johnson. Johnson over executes that thing, and Schaefer had the baseline. Their shot misfires. It was knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Carrington. Fresh 5 coming in. Suffolk, Boats, Zahn, Potretz, and Anderson in for Valley City. So the second 5 in for the Highliners with 3:12 remaining here in the third quarter. Highliners up 30-2. Far side, Boats. Gets it top of the key to Suffolk. Suffolk dribble drive, free at the line. Picks up the dribble. Pass here to the near side. Potretz down low, Anderson. Catcher release, good. Madison Anderson now has 4. 32-2, Valley City. 2:50 remaining. Here along the near side, Schaefer for Carrington. On to there by Suffolk. Schaefer trying to pass it off. Potretz with the steal for Valley City. Dakota Potretz with the layup, good. The Dakota Potretz now has 8. 34-2 Valley City. Our side. Schaefer for the Cardinals. Anderson with the steal. Bounce pass over to Suffolk. Layup by Kinley, good. Suffolk's got 6. Highlanders up 36-2 with 2:18 remaining. Hendrickson dribbles far side. Picked up the dribble. Allura double team on the baseline. Allura dribbles out of the double team. Try to pass it off. Anderson with the steal. Madison Anderson into the front court. Picked up the dribble. Left of the lane. Up top to Boats. Bounce pass to Potretz. Between the circles. Left hand dribble by Dakota. Inside 2 minutes to go. Third quarter. Potretz takes the air out of the ball. Backs up a little bit more. Suffolk coming through from 15. Runner, no. Rebound. Picked up by Boats on the baseline. And went off her fingertips and out of bounds. It'll go over to Carrington. Spitzer and Coleman will check back in here for the Cardinals. With 1:48 remaining in this third quarter. 36-2. Advantage to Valley City. Into the front court comes Hendrickson. Off to Coleman. Coleman, left elbow, left of the lane. Goes down low, pass for Schaefer. Blocked by Anderson, out of bounds. It'll stay with Carrington. The inbounds on the baseline. By Schaefer for the Cardinals. Locked it into Coleman, left wing, right wing. Comes here to the left elbow. Top of the key to Newman. Newman dribbling through. Baseline cut off there by Boats, but she rolls it up and good. Kelsey Newman with her first field goal. 36-4 Valley City. And here's Suffolk, throws it up willy-nilly. And it goes high off the glass. And the long rebound controlled by Carrington. In the front court was Schaefer. Tried to pass to the Coleman. Loose ball picked up by Anderson. Here to the near side, Suffolk. Suffolk pass to Potretz. Hustling back there. And Schaefer knocked it away. Hustling back on defense. It'll stay with Valley City with 1:07 to go. Here in this third quarter. Highlanders up 36-4. Inbounds baseline. Suffolk lobbed it in. Boats has it. Shot comes up short. And the rebound is taken down by Carrington. Back to the way Newman. Down court pass to Schaefer. Schaefer traveled. Went up for a shot. Didn't shoot it. Came back down. That's no. We'll bring Lauren Larson in. And Boats will sit down for Valley City. And even 1 minute remaining here in this quarter. (36-4). Lindbergh checks back in. In the front court, Potretz comes across. Top of the key, Suffolk. Backdoor pass, Larson, layup, no. Rebound and tip and into the hands of Jess. Jess for Carrington to Lindbergh. Ball knocked away. It's on the floor. Body's hitting the deck. Anderson picked up the loose ball. Suffolk over to Potretz. Her runner with the left hand is good. Dakota Potretz in double figures with 10. 38-4 Valley City. Final half minute here in the third quarter. Coleman stops, pops, 19-footer. Up short, rebound Anderson. Outlet Suffolk. It's a 2-0. Suffolk over to Potretz. Lets the defense come by. Gives it back up to Suffolk to take their out of it. Back up top of the key to Anderson. Final 20 seconds. Over the near side to Suffolk. He'll go down low. Potretz turn around off the glass for 2. 6 in the quarter, 12 for the game for Dakota Potretz. Final 10 seconds. Highlanders up 40-4. Coleman into the front court. Left hand dribble goes to the right hand. Comes circles around here to the near wing. And that'll do it. There's the horn, your final score. In this one, it is Valley City 40 and Carrington 4. We'll take a quick break, come back, recap the scoring of this one, and let you know what's coming up on the Highlander Activity Network. You're listening to Junior High Basketball on the Highlander Activity Network. Back with more after this. Highlanders get 2 here this afternoon at the North Gym, Highland Activity Center, as they win game number 2 by a final 40-4 for Valley City. Dakota Potrats finishing with 12, 8 from Lauren Larson, 6 from Kinley Suffolk, 6 from Kaylee Nielsen, 4 points from Madison Anderson, and 2 points from Cameron Berg and Ryland Johnson. Highlanders led 11-0 after the first quarter, 26-2 after the second, and 40-4 in the final quarter. Ashley Lindberg and Kelsey Newman had the 2 each had a bucket, and 2 points each for Carrington here in the second game. Again, the first game went to the Highlanders as well, as they won that one by a final of 28-19. Leading the way there for Valley City, Katie Birchall had 10, and Cameron Berg had 6, and Harper Coleman finishing with 6 to lead the way for the Cardinals, and Lauren Hendrickson had 5 for Carrington in that first game. So again, next up now for the Highland Activity Network, we're going to have wrestling coming up tomorrow, as Valley City will be wrestling against Fargo Davies, 6:30 for the exhibition matches, and then the varsity match around 7 o'clock tomorrow night from the Hack. And we'll have all the coverage for you right here on the Highland Activity Network. Again, no Coaches Corner this week, and we'll be back again next week with that next Wednesday from the Hack. So the finals again here today. Highlanders pick up 2 wins, 28-19 and 40-4. For my cameraman, Jaden Johnson, this is Paul McDonald saying thanks for joining us, and so long from the Hack.